All right, so what's your name?
I'm Suzie,
Susie, how old are you?
27,
Where are you from originally?
from here, Phoenix, Arizona.
What's your current situation? Are you homeless or what's going on with you?
Yeah, like back and forth, like get hotel rooms here and there. So mainly, like yeah, I guess on the street. But I mean, thankfully, I have people that help me out. So
How'd you end up on the streets?
like it really goes back like to a long ass time ago. Back when I had like this friend that was really crazy. Like she would always be out and about. So I kind of like followed her lead, and she was like my little leader. No, I'm just kidding. But like yeah, no, like it all started with her back when I was 17. But then I kept it going later on. You know, because I had a house and everything. I had my baby. Like I got pregnant, I got clean the 9 months, got a job, like full time, had a house, car, everything. Like, and I was staying with my son's dad. Like we were doing really, really good. We had a little 3-bedroom house. It was cheap because it was really ghetto. Like it wasn't really like up to date on stuff, you know. So it was really cheap. It was like $900. So I got it, and then like it was good at first, but then it got out of control because my son's dad, he let one of his friends stay in one of the extra rooms, and then he started bringing in all these like strangers and like people from the street. I mean, I guess it's really my fault too. I could have said no. I could have stopped it, but yeah, like I lost my house then. It was in 2021. I lost the house because of CPS with my baby. Like obviously I had problems because the baby was in the house once I had him. You know, like I probably would have been okay if it wasn't for my. Not that okay. No, that sounds wrong, but like it would have probably like gone on for a longer time. Like if I didn't have my baby involved. You know, like which is really fucked up because this should have been a really happy moment in my life. You know. I should have actually been happy and successful, like start my family and shit, you know. And I literally all taken.
At right now, or your kid?
My sister has him, but she's here in Arizona, thankfully. Like she lives on Thunderbird, like 20th Ave. Yeah, she's awesome though. Like she's perfect. Like I could not be happier with her. Like having him, she was in the Marines. She went to Afghanistan for 7 months. She's like the oldest. She's the firstborn of all of us. Like, always in like honor roll at school, like popular, pretty, like perfect girl, like responsible, has her apartment, her job. She's like manager of managers at her job, like working at a call. Like she works from home. When COVID hit, they sent everybody home to work from home. I was working at the call centers too with her. Like I got her that job because when she got out of the military, I was working there because I've always worked. No matter what, I've always been a hard worker. And I was working at a call center, and they were like hiring and promoting people like crazy. And they were promoting like fucking 17, 18, 19-year-olds, ghetto as hell, like up to manager positions, supervisor positions, quality assurance positions, you know. And I was like, and then my sister tells me, hey, do you know where I can get a job? I'm going, you know, out of the military now. She needs a regular job. I was like, dude, this would be perfect. You're gonna get up quick because you're military, you know. Like they're hiring and promoting little ass ghetto kids. Like obviously she was gonna get top pick, you know. So yeah, like she's been working there probably like 5 years now, and she kept going, growing, and now she's like manager of like director of quality assurance or something. Like she's the manager of managers for quality assurance. So like she, you know, supervises the managers of the calls. Like it's badass. Like she's just perfect. She's an awesome girl. Like she's a really good role model. I mean, he's like so happy with her. She's amazing. Like she doesn't have kids. Like unfortunately though, like she has ovarian cancer. Like it's kind of weird how it happened. Like she was in that process of like considering adoption because she had known about her cancer since like 20 years old or something. And like when I had my son that was not given up, the state took the rights from me, and I kept going to court trying to fight it, but it was impossible. Like they wanted me to be like perfect overnight. From one court to the next day, they wanted me to be sober, have my parent classes done, have a full-time job, have a house, have an apartment, have this, have that. Like it was just impossible. Like, and I didn't want to keep going through all that stuff, so I gave my sister rights. You know, I didn't give him up. I just wanted to get CPS out the picture, you know. Yeah. And like my sister's like amazing, so like yeah, pretty much and she was okay with it too. No, but yeah, so like she was already like in her 30s, and before all this happened, like she was considering adoption for herself, for her to get a baby, like for her to get her own family and shit. Like, and then this happened with me, and like that adoption option came up for her to, you know, like it was just weird how it happened. It felt almost like perfect. Like she's looking to have a baby through adoption, and then here I have this situation. I lose rights to him, and she has that option to get, you know, like I just think it couldn't have been more perfect like that. Like it's just perfect. Like I believe in destiny, you know, like I believe things happen for a reason. Like, I needed her. I really did. Like, he needs her. We need her. Like, I'm not saying, like, oh, he should just stay with her and, I'm gonna off and be, like, a loser. But, like, I need her. I need my family. Sometimes, like, I've always been like this. Like, I've always been up. So, like, my baby has nothing to do with it. Like, I'm still growing, too. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's a good role model. Like, I could not be more, like, blessed like that. She's that example of, like, a mom. And my sister, she's just, like, awesome, amazing. Like, I almost see her like my mom, like, in a little way, like, not a mom, but just in the way of, like, I guess you could say a big sister, that she teaches me shit. Like, she's showing me how to be like a real ass woman, like a female, like, handle your, like, I'm over here f***ing up, like, you just gotta grow up, mature and shit, like.
Where's your parents at now?
My dad's in Mexico, in Chihuahua, and then my mom's in El Paso, Texas. So they live really close to each other. They're both from the same place, like Juarez, Chihuahua. So they moved over there recently. Like, they always lived over here, though. Like, they had me and my little sister here. And then they split up, and then they went back over there. So my dad went to Mexico, and then my mom went to El Paso. But they're, like, really, like, in 5 minutes away from each other. Like, it's funny, they got a divorce and then, like, went and moved right next to each other. It's kind of funny.
Are you trying to get off the streets right now?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say, like, I'm making, like, moves to do it, but it's on my mind very, very, very. I text my mom every day. She's always.
You can't just go to your mom and ask her, or your dad, and be like, hey, I need some help to get off the streets?
Well, see, with my dad, like, in Mexico, he offers me the help, and he would, but it's Juarez, Chihuahua, like, over there. I would be locked in his room. I would not be able to do shit. I couldn't even, like, it's really dangerous. They just killed my stepsister, which is his wife's daughter. They just killed her and her boyfriend, and before that they killed the baby daddy. So they killed the baby daddy, her boyfriend, and her, and they had like 4 kids. They had 2 boys and 1 girl.
Why'd they get killed out there?
Because for weed they'll kill you. Like, so, like, I'm not gonna go without just nothing, like, that's what I'm thinking, like, of methadone, getting on methadone. Like, and then with my mom, I tried going when I was like 21, and then I was doing so good for like 2 years. And then out of nowhere, my sister decides to get in a fight with me, and, like, my mom's boyfriend, which is not my stepdad, like, my mom's boyfriend, like, got on me and, like, started cussing me out, insulting me, kicking me out the house, like. And this was in El Paso, Texas. Like, I moved to El Paso when my mom moved over there to get sober. I got sober over there, and I was doing so good. I was paying rent, working, had a car, everything. Like, I looked so good. I was doing so good. And then they just took that from me. Like, when, like, I am willing to try. I'll try and I'll get sober. I'm not like, fuck my life, I'm gonna get high all day. Like, no, like, I tried. And then he felt like just kicking me out. So, of course, I'm gonna leave. I'm like, he's fucking insulting me, like, telling me get on my house, get on my couch. And this guy I don't even know, like, I don't even want to get into it, like, really, like, because he's really, like, not really important. But I wasn't gonna stay there, like, not a little kid. So I left, and I was homeless over there in the fucking El Paso. And then I went with my dad for like a month, and he was like, you gotta get out of here, like, you can't be living here with me in Mexico, like. So he helped me get back over here to Phoenix. And then 1 month later, that's when I got pregnant. So it's crazy. Like, I moved over there in 2017. I stayed there 18, 19 till September, came back in October, September. No, wait. I stayed there 2 years, came back 2019. And in that same month, like, the next month after that, like, I came in September, and then in October I got pregnant. So 1 month after I came back from Mexico, after he kicked me out, like, they kicked me out in Texas. I went to my dad's in Mexico. I stayed there a month, came back over here. 1 month later, I got pregnant. So I guess in a little way, that kind of was, see, that's why I say I believe in destiny. Like, if he wouldn't have kicked me out of his house in that moment, like, in that moment, I felt like that. Like, I just was mad,
When
but.
you got pregnant, you were out here on the streets?
No, I was.
Did you meet your man on the streets, or how did
No, I was staying with a cousin.
Okay.
I met him on Facebook while I was still in Mexico.
Okay.
But he met me on Facebook through mutual friends. We had mutual friends.
Okay.
He's older than me. He's like 10 years older than me. But my friends that I went to middle school with are his friends, like little nephews and cousins and shit like that. So I know his friends' family. Yeah, so I mean, like, he added me through that, mutual friends on Facebook. I was in Mexico. I told him I'm going to go back to Phoenix in like a month. Came back, met him, and got pregnant 1 month later. So if all that shit wouldn't have happened, like him kicking me out, like going through all that little shit, I wouldn't have came back and gotten pregnant 1 month later. Like, so in a way, I'm kind of like, I guess it had to happen if that's what had to happen, because I have my baby now, like, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy when you think about it. I'm like, Like, that's the one thing that really impacted me. Like, it was like the first time I actually tried to get sober. Like, I was like 19 when I went over there. I stayed there 2021, got kicked out, came over here at 22, 23, got pregnant, had my baby at 24, and now I'm 27, so he's 3. So this is all like a matter of like fucking, but like 10 years and shit, like, and it just happened like that, like back and forth, sober, relapse.
You're only 23 years old?
No, I'm 27.
27.
I was 23 when I got kicked out from Texas. So it goes back to when I was like fucking 19, 20. And then I stayed over there 21, 22. Came back, I was 23. Got pregnant, had him at 24. Lost him at 25. 26, 27, like these past 2 years, I've been on the street. So, like, it's crazy. Like, it's just all like happening back to back to back to back.
How do you survive out here? How do you get money out here?
I boost. Like, I get hygiene, body wash, like anything you want, deodorant, like, hit me up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, but I'm really good at it. What happened?
Have you ever got busted, like been arrested for it?
No, never. And I don't mean to get cocky about it. I've been arrested for other stuff.
You gotta keep clean, because...
My record is not clean.
Yeah, your record.
No, it's not, but like, it's not for that, which is crazy. That's why I know I'm good at it. I get a little cocky about it sometimes, because I'm like really good at it. Like, I get so much, I don't get caught. I'm like, they wanted to give me a charge for like, one time the Family Dollar did call the cops on me, and the cops came, and they did take me to jail, but that same night, they dropped the charges, because they didn't have enough proof. Like, it was so weird how it happened. Like, I got lucky, just like that, like, they dropped the charges that night, even though I have been guilty of all this shit, I think it's because they didn't have proof of how to prove that I was stealing shit, like.
Is that the only thing that you do? Do you fly a sign or not?
Oh, no. That's embarrassing as fuck. I don't know. I mean,
why? I don't think
that's lazy. I feel like that's worse, like, and like.
Do you think it's
desperate.
worse than stealing?
Not worse, more embarrassing though.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think it's like, oh my God, that's stupid, but I think it's like, me personally, I cannot stand there, like, give me money. Like, yeah. I'll be like, here, I'll give you a body wash for $2. Like, shit, like, I'm telling you, I'm a hard worker. Like, I do not ask for shit. I'm not gonna be that person people talk about, like, oh, I gave her that, and if it wasn't for me, this, or throw it in my face, like, I did that for you, like I did everything for myself, like. I think my dad and my mom's boyfriend scarred me, because, like, I was younger back then, like, him throwing on my face, like, get out of here, get out of my house, leave, blah, blah, blah. That made me realize, what the fuck, like, I need to grow up and get all my shit, get out of this different house and do my own, like, I'm not gonna have somebody screaming at me like that, like, get out of my house, and he's not even my dad, like, like, I think all that little kind of made me, like, be, like, independent, like, I really gotta get down and be on my own,
Still with them?
Yeah, like, I don't want to get into that either, because, like, I get, like, mad, but then she kind of did, like, for sure, like, how can I say, like, make it better, make it up. I don't know, like, she never really talked about it, but she tries to keep in touch with me, like, she tries really hard to be, like, nice to me, like, she offers me help, she tells me, like, I'll help you, blah, 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 like, I know she will, but it's like,
ever, like, wire
you were helping me already.
Like that?
Huh?
Do they ever wire you money, send you money, or?
Like, yeah, they have. I don't ask them.
Do they come out and look for you or not?
One time she did, and I think I was I was probably indoors or something, in a room or something. And I think, she said that she came and she looked for me all the way through, like, Indian school, McDowell, Thomas. She told me she was so sad with all the shit that she's seen out here, like, all the people out here, how they look, like zombies and shit, like. I was like, I'm good though, Mom, look, I'm indoors, like, I'm fucking in a blanket, all clean and shit, like.
Do you ever go to CAS?
I only go there to get my ID.
Okay.
Like, to get a voucher, but no, like, I'm telling you, like, I guess maybe it's just the way I was raised.
Over there, sign up for the housing voucher.
Yeah, it's because they offer that shit, but they don't really do nothing, like, they just put you in the list, or, like, you just gotta wait, like.
I know you gotta wait, but you're gonna need it in the future. Everybody
yeah, that's true.
Housing.
Maybe if I do it now in time, like, it'll be there later. Yeah, I know it is true. That is true. Like, see, like, I'm really trying, like, these past couple days, literally, like, maybe the past month or so, like, I've been very heavily thinking about it, but these past few days have been very, very, like, eye-opening. Like, I'm kind of just like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm seeing everything so clearly, like, look around me, like, look at all this fucking trash, like, look at all these fucking hobos out here, like, just stuck on a pill, stuck on a tray. Like, I mean, I know I am too, but like, I get my shit with my own money and I hustle for it. Like, I mean, I'm not like asking for money to get 1 or 2 pills for the day, you know, like, it doesn't mean it's right, it doesn't mean that make it better, but like, I at least can get my shit like good throughout the day where I'm good. I'm not like fucking desperate for it, like, you know, like I selling my body for it or something. Like, I don't know, like, I'm just saying, like,
What's the
it's
goal?
fucked up.
What's your goals right now?
To get clean, like, just to make my mom happy, really. Like, my mom, like, I feel like she's really starting to feel, maybe it's because of that, maybe it's because of the fact that she knows that that's the way it happened, that I was clean, sober, I was really trying, and that shit happened with her boyfriend and shit. Like, that's probably a big part of why she's so like emotional about it. Like, she probably realizes that, like, damn, this nigga kicked her out, you know, when she was really doing good, she was really sober and clean and trying. Like, I think that's why she hasn't given up on me, because I was willing and I was like 100% like, okay, I'm gonna get clean. I even fucking started praying and like believing in God. Well, I mean, I always did, but like, I was so like on that shit, like reading the scriptures every day and shit. You know, like, you could tell I was really trying and shit. Like, and then he fucked that up. So then, you know, all this shit happened. Like, you know, I feel she sees that shit. So she's really, really trying. But what can she do? Offer me to go back to her house where he's at? You know, like, I'm not gonna do that. Like,
if your family members, your mom, your dad gets to see this interview, what would you like to tell them?
I mean, I love them. You know, I love them. It's not their fault. It's not. They're not doing anything wrong. They've always been amazing parents. You know, like, it's really just me fucking up out here. I'm just figuring myself out. You know, I'm just, unfortunately, seeing a lot of ugly things here where I was born and raised. Like, I have, you know, other perspectives of life. Of course, I can move and do better, but I guess a little part of me, like, doesn't see, like, I can't, in a way I can't really, I'm not rich, I'm not born in Hollywood, like fucking Scottsdale, have money, like, with daddy, mommy, like, type of shit. Like, we grew up poor, you know, like, we grew up barely making it and shit. Like, so they did as much as they could, they did their part, but I got myself stuck out here, you know. That alone cannot be fixed, but really my problem, I guess, I just wish they could, like, well, I hope they could understand that I'm just an addict. I guess, like, even I'm learning to accept it too. Like, I hate it too. Sometimes I'm like, why the fuck am I doing this? And it's not cool, but then it's like, you know, I mean, I guess it's just a part of, like, my reality too. Like, that's what I see all the time. Like, it's just me, I guess, maybe, like, making myself who I am, you know. Like, I've learned to accept that. Like, so if I'm learning to accept it, maybe they can accept it too, you know. Like, just accept that there's a reason for everything, you know. Everything happens for a reason. Like, there's something gonna come out of this shit. Like, I'm not just doing all this shit for nothing, you know. I'm talking a lot. I was over here like, I'm shy.
Hey, man, thank you for sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
No, yeah, me too. Thank you. I feel like I really vented there. Like,
are you okay if I post it on my YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's okay.
And just in case anybody wants to reach out to you with any sort of help or donations,
yeah, that would be
contact
cool.
information that you want to share, like an email or anything like that. Messenger.
My email's kind of hard. Like, I could give my phone number. Would that be weird?
I don't know. I usually just go for the emails. You know, that way you could, like.
It's because my email's a little hard. It's a little difficult. It's like, it's Suzie. It's SUZIII period XO period 602 at Gmail. So it's Suzie with the Z and then 3 I's. Period 602 period XO. It's either period XO or period 602. Suzie 3 I's period XO period 602. It's the XO first for sure. Suzie 3 I's a Z dot 602 dot XO.
All right, Suzie. Thank you.
I said it backwards again. What the fuck? Oh my god.
Appreciate it.
You know, yeah.